In the small, forgotten town of Ravenswood, nestled deep within the woods, there stood an ancient mansion that had long been abandoned. The locals spoke of it in hushed tones, warning one another to stay away from its decaying walls. Legend had it that the mansion was cursed, haunted by a malevolent force that fed on the fears of those who dared to enter. One fateful night, a group of curious teenagers decided to challenge the town's superstitions and explore the dilapidated mansion. Among them were Sarah, the adventurous leader, Jake, the skeptic, Emma, the bookish one, and Mark, the thrill-seeker. Armed with flashlights and fueled by bravado, they pushed open the creaking doors and stepped into the foreboding darkness. The air inside the mansion was thick with an otherworldly chill, and the echoes of their footsteps reverberated through the empty halls. As they ventured deeper, strange whispers began to fill the air. Whispers that seemed to be carried by the shadows themselves. "Get out," the shadows hissed, barely audible. Ignoring the warnings, the group pressed on, their nerves tingling with a mix of excitement and unease. They reached a grand staircase leading to the upper floors, where the whispers grew louder, forming sinister words that clawed at their sanity. "Leave now, before it's too late," the shadows pleaded. But the teenagers, fueled by youthful arrogance, continued their ascent. The oppressive atmosphere intensified, and the walls seemed to close in around them. Unseen eyes followed their every move, and the temperature plummeted. As they reached the top floor, they stumbled upon a room with a peculiar mirror. Its surface seemed to ripple with an otherworldly energy. Mesmerized, they stared into its depths, only to see distorted reflections that sent shivers down their spines. Suddenly, the room plunged into darkness, and the whispers transformed into anguished cries. Panic set in as the group fumbled for their flashlights, illuminating the room in erratic beams. In the dim light, they caught glimpses of shadowy figures writhing on the periphery of their vision. One by one, the figures materialized into grotesque forms, their faces twisted in agony. The air grew thick with an oppressive malevolence as the entities closed in, their tortured wails echoing through the desolate mansion. Terrified, the group fled, racing down the staircase and through the echoing halls. The mansion seemed to come alive, its walls pulsating with an unnatural energy. Desperation gripped them as they stumbled back into the moonlit night. As they crossed the mansion's threshold, the whispers reached a fevered pitch, a haunting symphony that followed them into the woods. The once curious teenagers now understood the true nature of the curse that plagued Ravenswood. From that night on, the abandoned mansion became a place of dread, a silent testament to the horrors that lurked within its walls. The townsfolk, having witnessed the terror that befell the ill-fated group, sealed the mansion off, hoping to contain the malevolent force that hungered for the souls of the living. And so, Ravenswood remained a town overshadowed by the memory of that night, where the whispers of the haunted mansion echoed in the wind, a chilling reminder of the darkness that lurked just beyond the edge of reality.